Conan Unconquered feels like one of those games that no one really asked for. We had that one Conan MMORPG, there have been some action games, and Conan Exiles has done reasonably well. But I think you'd be hard-pressed to find many people that would associate the real-time strategy genre with the barbaric Conan universe. Nevertheless, here we are. In Conan Unconquered, you take control of a powerful hero character and take command of your forces in the middle of a barren desert as you scavenge to survive and fight your way through ever-increasing hordes of enemies. So how does this unexpected combination play out? Strategy meets survival. At first glance, Conan Unconquered looks like most other RTS games. You've got the zoomed-out top-down map with dozens of enemies on screen, lots of buildings, resources nodes, and a UI full of buttons and icons. It's overwhelming to look at for the first time, but eventually it all starts to click. Business as usual for an RTS, except you can technically also pause the game to issue commands as well. The catch is in the flow of events. Usually your goal will be to wipe out other players by racing to build your base the quickest and most efficient way possible, but in Conan Unconquered you're actually playing cooperatively in preparation for swarms of enemies. Things start out easily enough, but before long stakes start to escalate and get even more intense. Surviving in Conan Unconquered is less about battling another base, and more about building your base strategically to withstand a barrage of attacks over time. This aspect really turns the concept of base building on its head and changes the focus of gameplay entirely from playing the long game to playing for the next impending attack first and foremost. Conan Unconquered _4.jpg. Since Conan Unconquered is a fully cooperative experience, this means that you fight alongside your partner and build your base in real time together. This was probably the best part of my demo, as the speed and pace really helps make it feel like there is a constant flow of action. You can technically play it alone, but that would be losing out on a huge part of what makes it work well. Once we left the base area or had to actually contend with enemies is when things started to feel less organized. AI pathfinding wasn't always that great, and it was very easy to get overrun if you didn't know exactly what to expect. Like most survival-themed games, trial and error does play a big part in it, so my brief demo isn't exactly the ideal player test situation. Conquering Conan. Conan Unconquered _5.jpg. During a game you can take control of your hero directly and send them out into the world to scout the map and to fight dangerous high-level creatures. In doing so, you'll get access to loot that can add new abilities and make a difference in battle. I like the hero dynamics since they all seem quite different, so figuring out which ones combo well together would be a good strategy. In addition to the hordes of enemies, there are also elements to contend with as well, such as sandstorms and environment dangers such as fires and diseases that can spread. Designing your base in such a way that accounts for anything and everything is crucial. Setting up a perimeter of walls with guard towers could be useful to create choke points, as well as fortifying buildings with defenses so that enemies can take out your resource generation nodes in the middle of a battle. Visually, the game is a little underwhelming. If you told me this game was 5 or more years old, I'd believe it. I also wasn't a fan of the inconsistent scale, with lots of characters appearing as much larger than buildings on the map. Conan Goes RTS. Conan Unconquered _2.jpg. For RTS fans that love the Conan IP or really want something that's both strategic and cooperative at the same time, this could be one worth keeping an eye on. You won't have to wait long either, as it launches in just a few short weeks. Conan Unconquered is in development by Petroglyph and is published by Funcom. The development team is made up of a lot of the same people that worked on titles like Star Wars, Empire at War, and veterans of the Command and Conquer series. Conan Unconquered releases on May 30th for PC with a $29.99 standard edition and $39.99 deluxe edition. You can find it on Steam for more information.